That's a great quote. And now I believe we're going to go to Sabella.
Yes.
Yep, she's amazing, Sabella Castro, and she's a simultaneous translator, like it comes out at the same time as the people are speaking, and she's an amazing violinist, and she'll share a little bit about her journey. Hi, this is Sabella Castro, and I had the fortunate opportunity to meet her during my time in Spain. Sabella, you're such a multi-talented person. You're a translator. What brought you to translation? And you do simultaneous translation and all different kinds. What compelled you to choose that as one of your lines of profession?
Well, I've always been interested in languages. I can remember when I was a little girl, I used to pretend I different accents, and I've always been interested in that. Also music, and so all together has brought all my interest to everything that comes through my ears. So languages and music is my main thing. And
right, and do you play the violin as well? Right?
Yes, I play the violin. I was sent to Ireland when I was a teenager by my father, so that I would improve my English, and that's how it all started, really. And after that, I ended up working for the American Embassy. Then I realized I really enjoyed using English as a tool to communicate with other people. And I went back to university, and anyways, it's...
And you've studied, and when did you pick up the violin in terms of an instrument? Did you start as a child, or did you...
I was actually not that young. I was 14 years old when I started playing the violin, which is actually quite late. At least in Spain, the way our studies are planned. But so I had to study really fast, and I was trying to be focused. Eventually, I was a professional violinist for a few years. I then changed career into I went into translation. But music's still a big part of my life, and I actually, I'm specialized in translating for the classical music industry. So I found a way to combine both my passions, languages, and music. But yeah, I have to say I started my violin studies pretty late, so that's one of the reasons why I didn't work in that field.
Now, do you, just a real quick question, you have the ability to compartmentalize and move things around in your brain really fast for translating. Did some of that, is there a musical, does that, the similar brain power that you use to play music, or, I mean, you said it helped and it added together to how you came to this, just out of curiosity, because I've never really spoke to somebody who did both those things.
It's hard to say. There are some articles that I have read, scientific articles that I've read, that talk about the connection between music and the way a musical brain works, and they say it's very similar to how the brain of an interpreter, a simultaneous interpreter, work. The actual fact that we work over time. Time is a factor. When you're playing, you have maybe 15 minutes to play this one piece in front of an audience, and then you have to make it. It's got to be right from beginning to the end. It's got to be the best you can. Same thing when you're interpreting. You have an audience listening to you. You have the speaker that will not stop speaking for you, and you have to produce your interpretation over time as well. You cannot stop. You cannot repeat. You cannot go back. You can't fast forward. So that's why for me, it is music has helped me a lot in developing my interpreting skills. But I cannot really quote a specific study or article written or somebody really actually studying, because as far as I know, it still hasn't been proved that is a certain connection, but I feel it. So.
That's great. And so you're pretty much an in-the-moment kind of woman. You have to stay in the moment, be very present, right?
Yes,
when you're Yes, great. Well, I thank you so much. Appreciate you being here, and thanks for sharing your story.